So we were recently working with an organization that was hiring thousands of Gen Zers into their organization. And they were looking to fill the storefront positions where Gen Zers were going to be in the physical stores, connecting with customers, selling product. And so, of course, they had a big demand in which to hire a lot of Gen Zers. So they put out the job post and the job description, and they had a really healthy intake of interest. And Gen Zers were actually submitting interest and submitting the job application form. And then the recruiters were actually sending emails and calling those Gen Z job candidates. And I kid you not, they were getting 0 response back. 0. So they were like, we need help. What is going on? What's happening here? They're clearly interested in our positions, yet then when we reached out, we weren't getting anywhere. So they were thinking, it was very easy for those recruiters to pound their hands on the desk and be like, Gen Zers, they should be answering the phone and responding to email. And truthfully, they should, right? Because if they're looking for a job, they should be adaptive in their communication style. But that doesn't help the recruiters. They're still left with jobs that aren't filled. So they got to think, how do we pivot so that we can boost this communication and pull in this talent? So they did something brilliantly. They actually leveraged a product called Canvas. And Canvas is the world's first text-based interviewing platform. So the recruiters do the same activity they would normally do, but now they interface with this new technology, and so the communication went out like a text message to all these Gen Z candidates. And once they started using Canvas, their response rate went up by 82%. Just a subtle shift where they were actually responding via text message. And so then, of course, they were able to build some rapport, and then they could shift that conversation to a face-to-face interview or a Zoom interview or whatever else it might be. So it's a good example of how one company shifted slightly their communication styles to whichever was best suited for their intended audience.